There we go. Okay. Thanks for coming to our 45-minute flow. Today, we are going to have a nice, slow, stretchy class for you. We're going to begin in a laying position, taking your feet to the mat. Walk them out a little bit so that your knees can fall in together. And over the next few moments, just kind of snuggle in, comfortable arms, settling into the opening of your outer hips. We start to turn our attention inward, softening the gaze, or fully closing down your eyes. Landing here on your mat, scan over your body. Notice sensations that are arising. Staying curious and not judgmental. Is there any further micro adjustments that need to be made after your observations? Welcome in a longer breath. Breathing consciously, noticing how that feels. Bring these long, steady breaths with you as we initiate some movement by passing both of our legs to the right, pausing momentarily before lifting over to the left side. Controlled wipe of your legs side to side. Observe what's happening. Bottoms of your feet coming in and out of contact with your mat. Massaging into the back of the pelvis. Next time your legs move to the right, allow them to settle. Notice what's taking place around the left outer hip. Sensations possibly radiating down your thigh, wrapping around the side of your waist. Sweep our arms overhead, reaching like you're getting in a great big good morning stretch. Clasp your left wrist with your right hand and lean to the right side, welcoming more of a side body stretch in here. Brace your left knee forward, feeling a bit of activation. And releasing that side body stretch. Take your legs up and over to the left. Pausing here, observing what's happening on this right side now. Actively reach your arms overhead. Great big good morning stretch. And welcoming a subtle side bend, grasping your right wrist, drawing it over to the left. Release your side bend, take your legs and draw them in towards you. Rock side to side. Back to center. Soles of the feet will come to touch in the air, hands reaching for the outer blades of your feet. Heels draw down towards your groin, and the shoulders relax. Reconnect with your breath if you've lost that connection. Transitioning to happy baby. Soles of the feet come parallel to the ceiling. Let's find a subtle rock side to side. And start to incorporate a stretching out of the opposite leg. Take it back to center. Crossing your right leg on top of your left in the air. possibly hooking your right toes to that left leg. Now bring the knees to stack over your hips, which is going to help activate your core, and you'll tighten your abdominal wall. Squeeze your thighs a little closer together. Wrapping your left arm on top of your right now. See if you can find those eagle arms here. And we're going to squeeze the elbows towards the knees, contracting the front line. Keep that hug of your thighs. And release everything back down. We'll unwind, open up into your happy baby. Find that nice rock side to side. Back to center. We'll be wrapping the left leg on top of the right, possibly hooking the toes to the right lower leg. Squeeze the thighs. Think of knees stacking over the hips. We'll wind up the arms, right coming on top, back of the hands or palms connecting. Contract the front line as you squeeze your elbows towards your knees. Unwind, coming into another happy baby. Let's see if you can find a bit more stillness here. Thinking of your body symmetrical on both sides. Soft shoulders, relax through your face. Draw your legs together, take your hands behind your thighs. Let's start to rock the full length a few times here until you get enough momentum to make your way up into a tabletop position. In your tabletop, you're going to spread your fingers wide. Reach your right arm up, twisting open at your chest. And then you're going to lower down, threading the right arm beneath the left. Think of rounding out your back here, spreading your shoulder blades. Breathing into your twist. Unravel, lift your right arm up before placing your hand under your shoulder. Left arm lifts, twist the chest open to the side, and lowering down, we thread left arm below the right. Round out your spine. Draw the top shoulder back and breathe deeply for this big opening into the upper back. Untwist. Take your left arm up and place the hand back down under your shoulder. Hands stay about shoulder width apart as they walk forward. Begin to melt your chest down, connecting your forehead. Stay active through your hands, shoulders, wrapping your outer armpit down. Feel your upper back widen. Stabilize into this big chest opener with long, steady breaths. Create a bit of traction in your spine, gently gliding the hips back. Walking your hands back in, we'll press up and into downward facing dog. Paw out your hands and feet. Finding some stillness in your dog now. Take a long breath in, followed by a long breath out. Walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Take your hands to opposite elbows as you drape your upper body over your legs, dangle side to side. Softness in the knees here can alleviate extra tension in your hamstrings. If you know they're particularly tight, just soften up those knees. Find your way back to center. Release your hands. Deepen the bend of your knees to sink your hips nice and low. We're going to roll ourselves up into a standing position. Leave your arms down at your sides, looping your shoulders back and down when you arrive. Take a moment to stand tall, firming up your legs, tailbone heavy. We lift through the crown of the head. Reach your arms wide and overhead, lengthening the sides of your waist. And tip of the hip, let's fold down into our legs. Take a half lift, crown of the head, reaching away from your tailbone. A nice quiet step back, finding plank from knees or toes. Breathing in, really lift from the front side of your body. And then maintain as you lower all the way down to connect. Toes untuck. Press the tops of the feet down and lift your chest, keeping your hips connected for cobra. Squeeze your elbows back. Good. Stay strong through your legs. Straightening the arms, the hips will hover for up dog. And then we'll take it back into downward facing dog. Widen your fingers and toes. Driving your hips back and up. Step forward now to the top of your mat, lengthen out your spine. Folding down into your legs, drawing your forehead towards your shins. Rise up to stand, sweep the arms overhead, reach up high. And then stay standing, we'll lower the arms down. Again, arms lift wide and high. Folding from the hip, lift your lower abdomen. Lengthen out your spine. Step back with the opposite foot into plank. Holding here, firm. And then lower with control all the way down. Untuck your toes. Find that cobra first. Strong upper back. Good. Keep that. Straighten your arms now. Hover the hips up dog. And then take it back, down dog. Press from your shoulder blades. Arms get longer. Neck is relaxed, gazing towards your navel. Let's step forward to the top of our mat, half lift. Fold down, try to squeeze in at the bottom. We'll rise up to stand, reach the arms high. And stay standing, lowering the arms down. Last one, we'll stay in down dog after this. Lift the arms. Folding down at the hip. Lengthening the spine out. Stepping back into your plank position, we hold. Bend the elbows, we're lowering all the way down with control. Hands by the waist, lift your chest, cobra. Keep that squeeze of the elbows as you straighten your arms. And then lift the hips back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, lowering your back knee down. Pause to activate your legs by hugging them beneath you. And then we'll climb up to our front thigh. Pulsing in and out very subtly here. Think of your front foot and knee moving away from one another. And then hug them beneath you. Feel a bit of a lift. And then they spread and come back together. Slow pulsation in and out of this low lunge. We're going to give you an opportunity to find that middle ground between these two, that strength and flexibility. Lower your arms down to your sides. Sweep them up and overhead, reaching up high. Bend your elbows down to the same height as your shoulders. And we'll find that same wrap of the arms as we did before, taking the left on top of the right here. Press your forearms away from your face as you lift your elbows. Turning into a bit of a balance pose here as we obstruct our view. Connect back in with your deep breath. Unwind your arms, lower your hands down to frame your front foot. And you're going to shift your hips back into half split. Suck your right thigh bone back into the hip socket. Lengthen out your spine by drawing your chest forward. Rebend your front knee. Walk your hands forward and beyond the foot, taking the back knee to rise up. We end up in a standing split. In this variation, we'll reach the crown of the head away from the lifted back toe. Drawing the shoulders down from our ears. Soften the standing knee, deliver the lifted toes to the back of the mat, and we'll reach our arms wide and overhead, taking our chest up for a crescent lunge. Find that balance between the hug of the feet beneath you and the lowering of your hips. Hands come down to frame your front foot, lifting the right arm up. We'll twist the chest open to that front thigh. Draw the back of your rib cage forward. And top hand comes down, step back in to downward facing dog. Left foot forward. We'll lower the back knee down. Hug your legs together, climb your hands up to your front thigh, and we'll initiate that slow pulsation. Front foot and back knee widen, and then they squeeze in. Allow them to widen out and squeeze. Notice that when that action is taking place, that the foot and the knee aren't actually moving away from one another. It's more of an energy that's taking place in your legs and hips. When we connect it with these micro movements, it really gives us the power to deepen our sense of control over our physical body. Find that balance now. Reach the arms wide and overhead before bending your elbows down the same height as your shoulders. Wrap the arms forward, right on top of left. Lift the elbows. Spread your shoulder blades apart and breathe deeply. Release the hands down to frame your front foot. Shift the hips back as you move into your half split. Draw the left hip back and tuck it under. Allowing the upper body to also be involved here. Long spine, shoulders down. We'll bend into our front knee, walk the hands beyond the foot, lifting the back knee and eventually the toes up for that variation of standing split again. Strong lifted leg. Feel the right hip point facing down, keeping your pelvis level. Soften into your standing knee, delivering the lifted toes to the back of the mat. When stable, reach your arms wide and overhead for a crescent lunge. Hug your feet beneath you and challenge the depth that you sink your hips. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Let's step right back, downward facing dog. Walking your hands back towards your feet, we end up at the back of our mat. Fold down over your legs, curl in at the bottom. And then bend into your knees, sink your hips nice and low. Reach your arms forward and overhead to lift your chest. And now bring the weight into your right foot. Crossing your left leg on top. Find that same hug and squeeze of the thighs as you did when we were laying down at the start of class. Possibly linking those toes behind. Bend into your elbows now. Bring them shoulder height before wrapping them forward, bringing the right on top of the left. We wind ourselves up. Stabilize with our breath. Unwind with control. Release your arms down and connect the foot, but still kind of stay in that chair type pose. Weight moves to the left, right leg comes on top, wrapping and squeezing. Reach the arms overhead. Bend your elbows, lower down. Take the wind of the eagle arms, bringing your left on top of right. Roll your inner thighs down to the floor. Lift the elbows. Unwind. Lower your arms down. Keep that chair pose type shape. Bring the arms overhead. Allow your tailbone to feel nice and heavy here. And then fold down into your legs. Take a half lift. Walk your hands out forward into a plank. And we'll lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Reach your arms behind you so that the palms face the ceiling. Press the fingernails down. And then actively reach out through your toes, engaging your legs. And now invite the abdominal wall in, and we'll lift up chest and legs. Keep pressing your fingernails down. Good. Draw your shoulders back. Connect in with that steady pace for your breath. And stay up. Bend your elbows. Place your hands by your waistline. Squeeze those elbows back. Good. Keep strong through your legs and core. Almost there. Good. Keep the chest up. Lower the tops of the feet and press them into the mat. Straighten your arms. Let's hover into up dog. And then knees connect. Let's shift back into child's pose. Rounding out the back. And lengthening out our breath. Let's lift back up into a tabletop before coming into a seated cross-leg position. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll twist towards the right side, placing the hand behind you and the left hand to the opposite leg. Activate your lower abdomen by drawing it in and up. Even spiral up your spine. Twist. We'll come into the left. Try not to lean back here, but sitting upright. Left shoulder draws back, right shoulder wrapping around and forward. Untwist, come back to face forward, and we're going to close our practice with a bit of a breathing exercise called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So taking your right hand, bend your index finger and your middle finger so that it can kind of rest onto the bridge of your nose. Allow the thumb to come down to cover the right nostril, and the ring finger and pinky will come down to cover the left. So they're prepared to plug, but they're both free at the moment. Together we'll inhale up through both nostrils and send it back out both. Plug your right, inhale through the left. Plug your left, send it out right. Inhale right. Plug right, out left. In left. Plug left, out right. In right. Plug right, out left. Inhale left. Plug left, out right. In through the right. Plug right, out left. Inhale left. Plug left, out right. Inhale through your right. Plug right, out left. Last round. Inhale left. Plug left, out right. In through the right. Plug right, out left. Release the hand. Inhale through both. And exhale. Just quietly observing your breath now. If your eyes closed, blink them open and lower down into a laying position. Stretch your arms and legs out wide. Take up some space. Bring your shoulders down, finding a long neck. Allowing the soft tissues of your body to fully relax. The work of our practice is complete. We have an opportunity here to let go. Breath returns to its natural ebb and flow. Gravity sinking you a little further with every exhale. Reclaim the outline of your body. Flaring open your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead. Bring your legs together and find that good morning stretch. When complete, rise up into a seated position. Sitting in good posture, we gather our hands and take a moment to honor our practice both on and off of the mat. I thank you for coming to share a little piece with me. Namaste.